Hey everybody, welcome to my first video. Third time shooting it because the first two disappeared. That's how much I know about cameras and my phone. So, for those of you wondering how much I know about my phone, it plays Final Fantasy. That's all I know. It plays my Final Fantasy video game, and I use it to run. I use it to listen to music to while I run, and it tracks my running. So, sorry, I'm very bad at that stuff. Also, not great at editing. Hazel's going to do some of the editing for me. Said she'll handle all the post-production. She'll put text in my video and stuff like that. So very pumped about that. I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm just going to let her handle all that. Let her handle all the grunt work. I'm just going to do this fun, exciting part. So the reason this idea came about is my friend Taylor Jenkins works in Charleston, musician, really good guy. Introduced me to a band called Into It Over It. And he told me about this band. I looked into them. They do a project called 52 Weeks, where in 2009, I think, they wrote and recorded a song each week and then packaged it into an album and released it. I will not be doing that because, one, not a professional musician or a professional comedian yet. But one thing I am trying to do is just get better at writing and recording things so I know kind of where I'm at, and then also I'm going to package it and sell it just like I said I wasn't going to do, so prepare for that. This will be a mixture of stand-up comedy and sketches and things like that. Hoping to get really good at effects at some point so I can do weirder things eventually with this, but for now this is what you're going to get as of today. Because it's the beginning of a new year, I thought I'd start out with some lists. That's what people like to do at the beginning of the new year, is usually have some lists of some sort. So here's a few things I wanted to accomplish in the new year. One, better oral hygiene. Pretty bad at it for the most part. Always have been. Probably always will be, but I'd like to think I'm going to get better at that. Unfortunately for me, a lot of people, when they're kids, they say things that they're going to do as adults and then don't follow through with it. I follow through with mine. So as a kid, I was like, I'm not going to go to the dentist. And I was pretty good at that for a while. I've been really good at it since I moved to LA. I was okay at it in Charleston. I kind of had to go because my cousin was my dentist, so she would catch me at family reunions and make me go see her and mess with my teeth and usually get mad at me. Usually get mad at me about my teeth. But I'm going to start taking better care of them this year. So here's hoping for that. Number two, this video series, and hopefully get better at editing and just doing things to make it look more professional at some point in time. Number three, I don't know. I'd like to get. I'm doing a challenge where I'm trying to run 1,000 kilometers in a year. It's called You versus the Year. I tried to do it last year, and every time I got pretty decent at it, I would trip because most of the sidewalks here in LA are broken, and I've scarred both of my knees pretty well. So my goal of having matching knees in 2016 was met, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. But anyways, enough about that. Oh, here's another list, is things I wish my football coach in high school had said to me. I played football from 10 till 16 because I was a big kid. Like, this is the same height I was when I was 11, if that gives you an idea of how big I was. And unfortunately, people assume if you're big, you are also strong, which is not true. I was very weak. I was a very weak 5'11" kid. So had to play football, and I wish my coach at least said one of these few things. One, you're not cut out for this. Wish he had just taken me aside and said that so I wouldn't have had to keep going to practices every day. Number two, sorry that 300-pound guy fell on top of you, because that happened. I had a 300-pound guy fall on top of me when I was the ripe weight of 150. So a person twice my size fall on top of me. And strangely enough, they were hurt worse than I was. So, I don't know. Number three, have you thought about comedy? Maybe that's more your speed. That would have been fun. Usually I just got told you're not fun to go run a lap. But this would have been better, I think. So that's that. A couple of jokes that I've written so far this year that I'm really proud of. I've always wanted to be on one of those shows where it's like first joke of the new year. So these are my two new jokes of the new year that I really like, and I actually did write them this year, so I'm very happy about them. The first one, I went to Franklin Delano Roosevelt High School, and it was real weird because our mascot was Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Like, they didn't try to adopt like an animal mascot. They were just like, no, just the guy that the school is named after. So like imagine if you went to University of Southern California and then they were like, what's your mascot? And you were like, oh, it's the University of Southern California. That's our mascot. It's just the building that we're in, and it follows you around on the field. Our chief rival school, their mascot was, of course, polio. So that was a real rough time. But what are you going to do? The other joke I wrote this year was just talking about people with babies. Sometimes if they find out you're the same age as them, they really want to know why you also don't have babies. Like, and they'll just keep hounding you about it. And then you'll say something like, oh, I have a couple dogs. And at no point have I ever thought, like, my dogs are my babies. But they think that. Like, they're like, dogs are nice, but they're not going to fill that hole, you know, in your heart. And I've never felt like babies were supposed to fill holes. Like, that's not what babies are for. Like, don't ever tell me about holes being filled with babies. Appreciate that. All right, guys, that is my time, I guess. So 6 minutes, huh? 6 minutes of me. Good for you. Talk to you later.